athleticism, everything that's about heart and will and positioning. And, we've been training and rebounding. We work on it every single day, and the coaches tell us to get people ask. And most teams don't box out. And, we knew that going into this game, they were number 15. That's last in the ACC. And I'm not sure how many teams are. I'm pretty sure that's last in the ACC. Offensive rebounding, so we knew that was good.
Florida State gave you guys 2 tough games, obviously earlier this year. What was it about today that you were able to kind of put the hammer down on them?
I think there's not underestimating them. They're a good team. They came in our house, they had us down 15, 18 at one point. At their house, they had us down 8 in the second half. And, knowing that they're a good team. They got Watkins, who's a pretty good player, on the wing, older guy, big, strong, athletic. Really right-hand driver. They got a bunch of big athletic guys that can, if you start turning the ball over and you're not playing together as a team, they can cause you problems. But we came in here, we're focused on the win. We're not worried about our stats. We're not worried about anything like that. We're focused on getting the win and trying to win the tournament.
Harrison, you guys out rebounded them by 26. It's their largest rebounding margin of the season. It's not like they're a small team. They got some tall, long guys. What was the key?
No, rebounding is a lot of positioning. And if you get in that position first, if you crash hard, if you box out, if you're physical, it doesn't really matter how big or athletic you are.
You like that play late in the first half where Armando, you guys had like 5 chances at the rim time, Armando finishes off. I feel like that was sort of indicative of how this game was played.
I mean, the first 2 games, we feel like at the beginning of the first half, they're bullying us and they're pressing us and they're switching and denying, which is causing us problems. We can't really run into your plays. And this game, coach had to be free and primary break, and every catch it, just go. That's our work that we do.
Is that like Eliot getting on the floor?
What do you expect?
It's just like a different level of intensity, and not just from the other team, but I see it in my teammates as well. Like, it's just another gear of like effort. Yeah, it's kind of different.
Eliot, Seth said you were looking a little like him out there, diving for loose balls, get steals and things. How have you continued evolving and growing as a defender?
I'm just constantly talking to coaches about it, watching my mistakes on film, and I think defense is more like an effort thing, so I just make sure I'm giving 100% effort every time I'm playing defense.
It seemed like you could cut to the basket pretty easily on them. What did you see on their defense that allowed you to do that?
Yeah, they basically deny one pass away, so I'll just make eye contact with my teammate. He knows the back door, and I'll just hit him.
Where have you guys improved off-ball defensively as the season's gone on? In terms of communication, help defense, those kinds of things.
I just think in every area of off ball, like we're being in the gaps more, we're closing out better, and just everything. Yeah.
Now that you guys seem to have that little defensive slump in the rearview mirror, when you look back on it, what do you think it was, and how are you able to get back to what you're doing now?
As I said, I think defense is just an effort thing, and I think that when we were in that defensive slump, we just weren't giving our best effort. And now that the games mean a lot to us, and we really, really want to win, I think effort is never a problem.
What was after the first 2 games? They got a big lead, you had to rally, and then down in Tallahassee it was close. What was the difference today?
I just think we came out, we played harder from the jump. I don't really remember the last 2 games. I remember, of course, it wasn't going as well in the beginning, but I just know that today we just played hard from the jump.
Eliot, you talked about wanting to win this thing. You guys seem like the more desperate team. Why was that? Why did you guys come out and you guys seem like you needed to win to get into the tournament instead of Florida State?
As I said, like the whole team just has a chip on our shoulder. Aside from a couple of the returning players, nobody like on the team really won anything. Mondo, RJ, they got to the Final Four, but other than that, there's a lot of us that haven't even been in the tournament, and this is my first year I haven't won anything, so we're just really hungry, like, to win.
Do you have a little extra adrenaline with tournament time?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. Yeah.
After making the all-defensive team, Armando has rebranded himself as a 3-and-D guy.
Hey, man, he deserves it. He deserves it because his defense, I'm so glad he got recognition. His defense has been tremendous this year. He's been underrated in that department for a long time, and I think it's great that he's getting the recognition.
Just asking in the context of this also felt like an old school elbows and banging and layups and rebounding Armando Bacot game.
Yeah.
without any of that.
Yeah, I mean, he was tremendous again. Like, he's so physical, especially like you're playing against a team full of guys that are his size or bigger. And he's still the most dominant player on the court. And that's no surprise to us, but it's great to have a guy like that. He handles a lot of problems for us.
You guys went 20-19 with 8 minutes left in the half and just exploded. Did you sense in the later stages of that run toward the end of the half maybe that their will and spirit sort of drained some during that stretch?
I think so. I think we did a good job of going on a run and then keeping that pressure. We never really let them creep too far back into it, which that was an emphasis for us, was keeping our foot on the gas and making sure we handle business.
It looked like that was a 4-phase run. Offensively, you guys were getting the shots you wanted. Defensively, you totally clamped down. You were crushing it on the boards. And then you guys were on a tear getting fast break points. Was that maybe as well as you guys have played that stretch in a while?
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how things work in basketball. Is like when one area is good, it usually helps the others. That's just how you build a run. Like if you were to break down the anatomy of a run, it's you got to get a stop first, and you got to get a rebound. Usually then you're in transition, so it's harder for them to guard you. And then you get a bucket, and then they're deflated, and you get another stop, and there you go.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about their spirit. You guys scored 22 straight fast break points after starting at that 8-minute mark. What got you all those runouts? Was it the rebounding? Was it the steals? Combination of both? And did you guys know that you could get those runouts against them?
It was both. Defense, I think we did a good job being physical. We were in passing lanes. We were able to turn them over sometimes or force them into a tough shot. We did a good job rebounding the basketball. And then, yeah, we've got a team that can really run. We've emphasized that all year. And so once you get that stop, we're gone and we're out.
Cormac, I know that I understand that sometimes you don't like to let us all the way in behind the curtain, but I thought it was interesting talking to Eliot today, and I know you've done that throughout the season. Like, can you just share like some of maybe the advice? What were you telling him when you got your arm around him, in the huddles and stuff like that? Because it looks like you're imparting some wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, Eliot. First of all, Eliot is like so mature beyond his years. The way you can see it in the way he plays, he's so talented. He really doesn't need a lot of coaching or mentorship, period. Usually in those moments, it's something specific about the play. For the most part, his spirit is like so high that he rarely needs like a pep talk or anything like that. But he's a guy who's been really coachable this whole year, whether that's from the coaching staff, from the older guys. But again, like he's mature, he's talented, and the stuff that he brings to this team is, you can see it on the court, but it's really helpful for us.
So it's really detailed stuff.
It's detailed for the most part.
It's
nuts and bolts, or if you need something more than that, we're definitely there to help him out.
The intensity on defense in recent games, it seems like it's really been picking up, including today.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did a good job today pressuring the ball once we kind of got going. My guy. And I think that was big for us, forcing them to tough shots and rebounding it.
Cormac, you've been through this tournament before. What are the next 24 hours?
One time you said you couldn't wait for the paint to come in. Then you won like one game.
Right. Because I didn't want to rip them. Tatum's, they break so easily. It's like I'm trying to save them for later games in the tournament.
So the dunk you had tonight, did you tilt your shoulder kind of toward the basket a little bit to make it look like you were taking off, flying a little bit more?
I think that's just naturally how I jump.
I just like it was a little bit more English on it.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell you. I haven't watched the video, right? If there is a video, I haven't seen it, so I got to look back at it. Then I'll really be able to give you an answer.
Your production personally has kind of gone back to the way it was like in December when you were producing a lot. You had that sort of period where maybe you weren't producing as much. I think that was after you had the concussion. So what has been the difference the last 3 weeks or so, why your game has gotten back? And it appears it's maybe taken a step forward because you've got that pull-up jumper in the lane you're converting more often now.
I think I've just gotten back into a rhythm. I was telling somebody before, having that concussion during the season was the first time I've ever been hurt and had to miss a couple or a few games during the season. I mean, besides high school, but in high school you can just get hurt, go back on the court, and go get 30 again. It's absolutely different here. So it was challenging. It took a lot of me mental. I kind of felt like I took a huge step back, and which I did those last games, but just to get back in the rhythm and be able to play my game again. I mean, it's huge. It's definitely huge for this team.
You guys coming off the bench, especially you and the two Jalen's, are so unique to the starters that you don't just provide minutes, but you guys sort of change the game and force other teams to adjust.
Absolutely.
Would you say collectively the three of you were playing at the same time the best you played all year?
The three of us at the same time?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Like as a team, the best all year?
No, the three of you.
Okay.
Like Jay has 14 rebounds the last 2 games. Taylor Washington with a block today, he's scoring around the basket.
Yeah.
And your whole game is really coming out of late. It looks to me like the three of you collectively are giving more than just minutes, more than you have all year.
Oh, for sure. I think just the comfort has just, soaked in again. Like I said, I got that comfort back from December you were talking about after that injury. And, I mean, they're just getting better each and every game. They're going to have bad games. They're going to have times where they turn the ball over, but whatever. But I think their comfort is really showing and is really impacting this team.
You talk about your defense and the team's defense as a whole the last few games. It seems like it's turned up a few notches.
I mean, yeah, since that little drought we had when I was out, what was it, like Clemson, whatever. Even the games that we won, our defensive effort just wasn't there. And I think Coach Davis, he's done a really good job of just preaching our effort and preaching our principles back on us again, and it's shown. It's been huge. I think we're the defensive team right now that we always aspire to be. And really, that first half, after those first 6 minutes, I think that was one of our best defensive performances of the season. So I mean, just trying to build off it, and we know that's just what's going to win us games. So just trying to hone on it each and every game.
Was there anything on the scout from the first 2 games that allowed you all to do that defensively?
I mean, no, we just play to our personnel, but it's really just, it starts with us. It's our heart, we got to want it. How we want to score on the offensive end, we got to want that just as much as how we want to play the defensive end.
Cotton Davis and Coach Davis are going to the interview room now. They will not be available back after the press room. So if you want RJ and Armando, you need to get them in the press room.
I'll ask you one quick question. You brought up a good point. Maybe inadvertently, you missed Clemson and Miami. And then you came back for Syracuse, but you said even after that you weren't right coming back for that game.
Right.
And Clemson and Syracuse were 2 of the worst games defensively you guys have had.
Yeah.
You're speaking to your importance defensively to this team and what you allow other guys to do because of what you're capable of.
Definitely. I mean, my defensive presence definitely allows other guys to be more themselves. Even the energy, even when I'm not maybe having my best defensive game, I think the energy boost I try and give, can still impact the team. But I mean, yeah, I guess. But I'll give credit to RJ. I'm going to give credit to RJ during that Miami game, in the Clemson game, because he really stepped up and took pride in guarding Gerard that game and packed that game. And I mean, the second half against Miami, he was.
But it does speak to the importance of what you bring.
Definitely. Absolutely. I just had to give a little shout out to my guy RJ.
You helped me kind of compute that there too.
Yeah.
I'll use that in a note.
Appreciate it.
Seth, who do you make of? You guys just won the regular season title. I felt like there was no complacency today. Coming off that, what did you make of that? That's how it seemed like. No letdowns.
We're desperate. We haven't done nothing yet. We won regular season. We're supposed to win the regular season. We won 1 game in the ACC tournament, but we're desperate. We want to win the tournament. We want to win this upcoming tournament, win the national championship, and we know each and every game it's going to take everything. So we're hungry for it. We want to go get it.
That's what somebody was saying the other day. Armando said yesterday. Desperate.
Yeah.
At the hotel.
Yeah. No, we're desperate.
I mean,
for sure. It's been a while since we got in the ACC championship, so we want to go get it.
That sounds weird to be a regular season champion and desperate. That doesn't seem to compute. Explain that to me.
I mean, we know if we get complacent now, it won't end up well for us the rest of the year. So we got goals, and the coaching staff, they know what it takes, and they preach it down us each and every day. We just got to give the heart in the fight each and every day, and we know it now. So
is that just your word, or is it the word that all the team is saying, or the coaches are saying?
No, I mean it's what the coach is saying. I mean, well, no, it's our word too. Like as a team, we know we're desperate to go get this ACC tournament, to win the rest of our games, and to try our best to win the national championship. We're willing to do whatever it takes.
What was your defensive assignment today?
My defensive assignment, I guess it varies because as a team we switch. Us guards switch a lot, so we had Green, Worley, Primo, Spears had a good game, but it all varies. I mean, we all know us as guards, we have to take the accountability and responsibility to know our personnel with each and every guard. So, I mean, my assignment was All of them, just like every other guard.
Do you think number 3 was going to try to block the dunk because he jumped a little bit and then made a little bit of a business decision?
Yeah, I don't even. I was looking straight at the rim. I was looking straight at the rim, but I was going to dunk it regardless, for sure.
That's what I think. Doug was messing with you back weeks ago about. I thought I heard Doug say like, I don't know why you don't just dunk.
Oh yeah, that's Doug.
Yeah.
It's probably during state. I got hurt, hit my back. Yep, he was. Yep, that's Doug. They don't leave me alone about it.
Did you point at Doug like, all right?
I should have.
Right.
I should have.
What was the best review you got on that dunk? Best reaction from one of your teammates or somebody?
Eliot. I mean, Eliot always has the best reactions, on the team. He's always supporting. So I was on the court, he bumped me, jumping up and down with me, so that was cool.
Okay, so the big Eliot smile.
Yeah, big Eliot smile.
Then you hair approach from March?
Yep, switching up. I had a superstition. My superstition was just to wear my fro the whole year. That's just always how it's been, but just trying to break superstitions, you don't believe in them.
So what do you call that? What do you call that?
Good to see you guys.
What do you call that?
These are braids.
Just
Cornrows.
So braids the whole way this time, huh?
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.